Hi, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to the Money Coach Show, where we give you weekly market mortgage updates as well as some kind of mortgage educational information. So stay tuned weekly if you want to learn more about home buying, refinancing, cash out, or anything about the mortgage process in general, as well as learning about the market updates and knowing if it's a good time to buy. I'm here with my colleague, Robert.
Hi,
Say
everybody.
hi. And I'm going to start you guys off with our market update this week. So rates are about the same. For conventional, it's a 6.6, and for FHA, it's a 6.3. So they're the same that they've been like all month. At the beginning of the month, non-payroll farm data came out, and it showed that the unemployment rate went down from 4.1% to a 4%. So that's not very rate friendly. So the rates opened up a little bit at the beginning of February. And then the CPI, Consumer Pricing Index numbers came out, also not very rate friendly. So it stayed about the same. The good news is the rate is still significantly lower than it was this same time last year. And we've seen a downward rate in the trend, or we've seen a downward trend in the rates over the past year. And we expect to see the rates continue to go down. So if you want to look into buying a home, it's still a great time to buy, as well as if you need cash out of your home, it's a good time to refinance. Contact Loan and Key, your local broker, and we can get you
Yay.
set up with all of that.
Thank you, Tara. That's awesome rate update, because this is ideally what we want to make sure that it's happening, rates are moving, that downward projection is good and it's not always going to be there. And for my mortgage knowledge tidbit, I have a great TCA that I'm going to show you guys. And a TCA is a tool that we use. It's called a total cost analysis. And you know what? It's very, very rare that people actually show these. They like to show Excel spreadsheets. And to be quite honest, those Excel spreadsheets, they kind of I'm just going to say it. They suck, So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you what a total cost analysis is because you are going to be able to get your hands on one of these whenever you contact us at Loan and Key here. So, in today's scenario, I'm going to show you what it would look like if you pulled out some money, if you did a cash out refinance, because say if you wanted to do a home improvement project, say updating your kitchen or updating your bathroom, getting that ugly fiberglass tub and shower out and wanting to put in a nice tile one, or even just saying, hey, I moved into this home and I didn't like the kitchen because they had old cabinets. I want to update that. I want to update some things, or say you just need to update, your hot water heater. Case in
Mhm.
point, I had
Or
to
if
do
you
that
need to
recently.
plan for a wedding.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Anything. So right here, I can show you. See, I have this current property. It's saying it's $375,000. Now, at the end of or at the beginning of 2022, the interest rates were kind of high. You can see it was at a 7.25. And you know what? I'm going to go even show you highlight things. I love highlighting it. I mean, you know what? This happens in real time. So if I'm speaking to you over the phone and I say, hey, just pull it up on your phone, or if you're at your computer, either or, I can send this link to you so you guys can see this in real time and see the highlights that I have. So you can see, hey, that property amount, $375,000, and that rate. Hey, it wasn't great then, and as you can see, this is best case scenario of 4.8. It doesn't mean I'm going to get it for everybody. It doesn't mean Tara can get it for everybody. Although she probably can get something a little bit better than I can, just saying. But anyways, it's able to say, hey, you know what? When those rates do come down, or even now, like Tara said, I've seen somebody even yesterday get a 5.9% interest rate, and that is a heck of a lot better than, a 7.25. But we can see that the payment, I can show you what the payment looks like. And you know what? What I really want to point out is the savings over 60 months, because when we get to this part here, I can show you the real value in actually pulling money out. And most people say, what's the value in pulling money out? Because again, I was paying down my loan so much more faster. It's like, Because you know what? For your current loan, if you're at that 7% interest rate, 7.25% interest rate, I'm just calculating your interest paid in 60 months. That's 5 years. It's $101,000. So in 5 years, even if you pulled money out of that same home and got a different interest rate, a lower interest rate, I'm showing that interest payment is at $65,000. That's a huge savings there. Now, the closing costs, I don't know what the closing costs were for your original loan, and that's 9 chances out of 10, you don't know either. But I have a great guesstimation of Closing costs would be around $7,000. Again, it's depending on each lender, or each borrower, I should say, because there's some variations within properties within, you know, closing costs that go into that type of property. So what I do is I show you this calculation where I can say, hey, you know what? We combine these two calculations here, the 65,678 with the 7,000. That's going to give us $72,000. And we compare that to what you currently are paying. And you know what? We just deduct it, and I can show you, hey, this is $28,000 in savings in 5 years. That's not even taking into consideration you've pulled money out. You've pulled about $15,000 out because when I close this out, you can see, hey, you know what? I'm cashing out a little over $15,000 out for that mortgage payment. So this is something that I really want a lot of you guys to take advantage of because you know what? It is truly, truly beneficial, and it's what I think is super, super important, be able to understand your mortgage and what is happening with your mortgage. Because again, that's why we here at Loan and Key, we're those mortgage professionals that can actually tell you what you're getting into. And you know what? It's super beneficial in my opinion. You have any questions, Tara?
Yeah, so those savings sound great, but doesn't that restart the entire 30-year term of your mortgage over?
Oh, you know what? You're trying to catch me up here, and that's awesome because you know what? And it does. It does reset your payment. Now, you know what? And this is the great thing with this total cost analysis. Let me even pull that up because you know what? I've done something here that's kind of cool, and as you're asking me that, I'm like, she's gonna set me up. I know you by now, Tara. We worked together long enough to know that. So I'm saying, this was that cash out loan that I just said, hey, you're pulling out about $15,000 here, right? That same loan showing that you have a $500 savings here. You're saying, hey, I'm saving $500. Great. Now, with that savings, don't go and blow it and buy Starbucks every day. Just don't. Since we are your mortgage advisors, and again, our third colleague, Damien Gutierrez, he's not on the call right now. He had some other things that he needed to take care of, but we will structure a savings plan for you. And within that savings plan, I have a third product here that says a cash out with reduction payments. Now, what that means is I will actually show you, hey, if I apply $250 extra a month, because we can see that current mortgage, yeah, you're at 26 years that you were going to pay it off. But with that savings and you pulled money out, you pulled $15,000 out, and then you said, hey, you know what? I'm still saving about $500. Let me apply that back into my mortgage. Not the whole $500, because hey, you still want date nights or something else like that. You still want to be able to say, hey, I have some extra money to put aside. Put it back into your mortgage, and over that course of time, you will have 22 years. So not only
So
will you
you're
have better interest
half
rate.
back into the mortgage, right?
Yeah.
So you're saving 500 and we'll put 250 a month back into the mortgage and we'll cut down that loan term. So we get a cash out right away. We're going to lower our interest rate and lower our monthly payments, and we can reduce the term by just putting a little bit of that money back. That sounds like a win-win-win to me, Robert.
Oh yeah. Now, no, wait a minute. I got something else because I haven't showed you the full screen yet. Now, I have this little net worth here in 15 years. Let me scroll down and show you what that looks like. So, right now, your net worth with that high interest rate is going nowhere. You know what? You cash out and you're able to lower your interest rate with the better interest rates that they do have now. You know, your your net worth is higher than what it was if you stayed in that mortgage, even if it's a reset. You're back at 30 years, but in 15 years, your position, how much skin you have in the game is even better. Now, if you've applied that money back into your mortgage because you have an extra $500, $550, and you applied $250 back into your mortgage, look at your net worth in 15 years. It's well over $50,000 in 15 years by putting money back into your mortgage. If that's not a no-brainer, I don't know what is. You know,
Absolutely. And we could all use some extra cash, right? So getting that
oh,
cash out so helpful, and it still benefits you in the long run.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? This tool here that I use that I showed you, if you contact us at Loan and Key, Tara will be able to give you one on the fly. I'll be able to give you one on the fly. It's something that we want to make sure that you guys are well educated and well versed in what you have at your fingertips. Because at the end of the day, we want to save you some money. It's our fiduciary responsibility. I've said that numerous times, and we want to make sure that you guys have the power, not just the keys to your home, but the keys to your financial freedom with inside of home ownership. So that's all I have for today. I will put that link in the description down below so you guys can take a look at it in real time. I'll remove, all the unnecessary highlights, but I'll highlight some key points in there so you guys can see exactly what the meat and potatoes are of that total cost analysis. Until next week,
Awesome. Thanks, Robert.
thank you, Tara.